What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Diving. My name is Monkey.
I'm KJ, aka Jesus Christ.
We're not back with anything. This is your first time watching me play Doom.
I didn't want to play a game with Patrick, so he's playing the game by himself.
I'm playing a game by myself.
It is like 8:45 in the morning. It's 9:06 in the morning, and I don't want to be awake. So Patrick can do his fucking thing. I'm playing Madden because I don't have to think.
This is very true. Today we're diving into our top 10 movies of 2018 so far.
So far.
It's only August, so there's a lot of movies that have yet to come out, but we're going to just go over the top ones that we're enjoying so far. KJ, why don't you give me your number 5?
My number 5 is a comedy. It's about staying young at heart, but also punching your friends in the dick. My number 5's Tag.
I didn't see it. I hate that I
know you didn't, because you're a thought. Anyway, back to people who watch good movies. My number 5 is Tag, and that movie was very funny. It was a lot of, you know, not always super crude humor, but sometimes crude humor. It was a great cast. Isla Fisher, who's low-key always been a super good actress, but she doesn't get casted in a lot of things, at least not a lot of things of notoriety. She was really good as an intense wife to Ed Helms' character. And then the movie was super raunchy, super fun, but then it pulled a weird turn and it had a lot of heart at the end. And I wasn't expecting that. It was very it got home the point of what it was trying to make, which was stay young at heart, keep your friends close, and never stop doing what you enjoy. And I fucks with that. I fucks with that message.
Oh,
you know,
hell yeah.
And even though it wasn't a dumb comedy movie, it was still. I'm not gonna say it was, you know, a mind-bending experience or that I learned something, but you know what? I left the theater in a good mood. Sometimes, you know, comedies, you'll watch a comedy and be like, oh, that was funny, and then you'll go home. But I was actually like, you know what? That was a good movie. Like, I can talk about this movie, and as I am, because it made number 5 of my, you know, movies of 2018 so far. So good job. Hey, guess what, Patrick? You're it with your number 5. Wow. Oh my God, what a terrible segue. But that worked.
Anyways, my number 5 is going to be Annihilation, which was a Netflix original. This movie came in under the radar for a lot of people, as most Netflix originals do. But unlike a lot of them, which are kind of shit. I mean, they're being progressively getting better, but this one dealt with like this alien invasion type thing. It kind of felt like, oh, how do I describe this? Like, it kind of felt like Inception mixed with Aliens, in a way.
I was gonna say, I got a big Aliens feel off that.
Oh yeah, bunch of these girls went into this thing called the Shimmer. It was like this, basically like this. I don't even know how to describe it. It was a weird ass movie, alright?
I think that's why I didn't see it. It was like just too much to try to comprehend.
Really weird.
I'm gonna say something mean but accurate. You know why I didn't see it?
Why?
Natalie Portman's in it, and every time every time she's in a movie, she tries to do too much extra shit.
This is very true. But this movie, she actually did really, really well with it. She didn't try to do anything more than she needed to.
I'm sure, but like my lasting impression of Natalie Portman is a movie she did a while back. It was called Brothers, where she ends up fucking 2 brothers, one that was in the military and one that wasn't.
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God, really?
Who does these kinds of movies? Like, who hurt you to do these?
The acting was really, really good. Just the feel of the movie worked really well. It was super. Again, I cannot stress how weird this movie was.
I think her name is Gina Rodriguez, the woman who plays Jane the Virgin in the show Jane the Virgin. She's in that, and she's fucking cool.
It deals a lot with like psychological horror and psychological issues. Like each of the women who are in there has something that they're struggling with throughout the movie. Like Natalie Portman's character is struggling with the supposed death of her husband who's in the military, and that all fed into like how they each reacted to the aliens, I guess. It's weird. It's weird. You just have to watch it. It's really hard to explain.
I get it. You know what? Let's rate these movies. 1 to 10. What would you give Annihilation?
Oh fuck, I'm dead. Out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8.
I'm gonna give Tag a 6.5. Yes, I know that's low, but I like it. And this fucking list is subjective, so eat my fucking shorts if you got a problem with it.
It was shorts. But anyways, going on to your number 4, what do you got for me?
My number 4 was probably the most anticipated movie of the year, and it's about superheroes, and it's a realistic movie, and it's called The Incredibles 2 is my number 4.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, now I know what you're thinking, but Reezus or KJ or Kari, however you know me, number 4 for Incredibles 2? What's wrong with you? You've been waiting so long for that movie, and it was so good. Plot twist. It was okay. It was a good movie.
I mean, I liked it. I liked it better than the first one. I liked it better than the first one, actually.
That's
Fuck
fine.
you.
That's because you're dumb and you have bad taste. No, Incredibles 2 was sufficient. It was very good, but it wasn't what Incredibles 1 was. Incredibles 1 had some stakes. What was the big stake? What was the big stake here? Because you knew everybody was going to get free. It was nothing but a bunch of superheroes on a boat. You're literally asking for trouble at that point.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, the movie wasn't. I mean, the villain wasn't like the best villain they could have done. It was a little bit predictable.
Well, weirdly enough, the villain was the one thing I actually really liked about it. Catherine Keener's character.
She really was great. I loved her, but again, she was just a little bit predictable. But then again, it's a kids movie, so you don't want to make it like as in depth as.
But she was still also super layered.
Oh, she was.
She was like, she was like, yeah, I get it, supers are cool and all, but you guys let my parents die, and you're not really shit. And it was a cool arc to have. It was somebody that wasn't like sucking the dick of superheroes, but didn't want to take over the world, just wanted to literally embarrass superheroes.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. Syndrome wanted to embarrass superheroes, but he also wanted to take over the world.
And he was that real dude who fucking killed everyone.
He wanted to be a superhero.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And, that was his motivation. Basically, they're not taking the Marvel formula. They're not all bringing down a giant blue beam of light to take over the world. They all have their individual motivations and reasons for why they're doing these, why they're acting like this, why they're, why they are the villain. And I think that's cool. I think we didn't get enough Incredibles. I understand the fact that they were trying to make a social statement with the putting Mrs. Incredible in the forefront, and that's cool. It's cool to make a social statement, but I feel like there wasn't enough Incredibles in general. It was more Mrs. Incredible, and then once Mr. Incredible gets involved, it's like, all right, now you're mind controlled, and then Frozone, all right, now you're mind controlled. And then the kids were playing babysitter more than they were being superheroes, which is a shame.
No, I
really
100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Like, there wasn't much of the family fighting as one, like there was in the first movie. It was more
that's
along
what
the
I
lines
enjoyed
of,
too. That whole third
like,
act
individual.
that whole third act was super great. I really enjoyed that. But in this one, it's like, women rule. And don't get me wrong, women do rule, but I just feel as if it should have been balanced more.
Yeah, I agree with that.
1 to 10, I'll give it a 7, maybe a 7.5. No, I'm gonna stick with 7. It was a good movie. It was
solid.
Fun to see something from my childhood. That was awesome. But it wasn't anything to really write home about. So I guess you can say it wasn't that incredible. Jesus Christ, my pun game is lit today. Oh, I'm so tired. No. So how about you hit us with your number 4?
Anyways, my number 4 is going to be, Ready Player One.
I didn't see it.
Oh my God, that was such a good movie.
I didn't see it because my roommate's a piece of shit, and he took our other friends and didn't invite me.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's a load of bullshit.
Isn't Dan a piece of shit?
Dan, you're a piece of shit. What's wrong with you?
Everything.
But no, Ready Player One, that movie was just nostalgia out the ass. And while and I have 2 nostalgia movies that I'm talking about in this episode. I have my list anyways. But this movie was just it was pulp culture, everything. Which was honestly the driving force of this movie, but besides that, it was still a good movie. Like, it had a good like message behind it. And it was basically talking about like someone who isn't shit in the real world, but could actually be someone in like their own world. You know what I'm talking about? And there's a lot of movies that do that, but this one did it in a way that like nerds can heavily understand it, and there's not enough of those movies. Because let's face it, like, being a nerd has greatly changed in the last few years.
Oh, absolutely, yo, nerd is the new like cool.
It
like,
is. Oh, it really is.
If you don't know comics nowadays or anything like that, you're the weirdo now. Like, you don't know who Iron Man is. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Right?
Like
it used to be.
Would be in a world where that's the norm.
And that's basically
you
what.
Don't have
and this movie is literally talking about like a world where everyone does that. Everyone plays these games. And I think that's really cool. But it's also talking about like someone who didn't make it in the real world, who is like a nobody, goes into this game and suddenly is like someone. Like, he can actually be someone. And I love that because, well, I mean, I struggled with that in high school, so it hit home for me. Plus, I mean, it was just great to see Steven Spielberg awesomeness for like 2 hours. I mean, it was like every single Steven Spielberg movie you could think of was in this movie. Did a cameo in this movie.
That's what I was going to say. People sleep on the fact that that's a Steven Spielberg directed film.
Oh, yeah. Steven Spielberg is by far my favorite director. So I was all over this movie.
I think that's a different conversation for a different day because I know who my favorite director is, and it's sure shit not Spielberg.
But no, out of 10, I would probably give this movie about a 7. What's your number 3, bro?
My number 3 is another comedy, but this one got slept on because no one really expected it to be good, and it was really good. It's Game Night.
Oh, I heard about this. I didn't see this either.
Game Night was low-key fire. and it's surprising because it looked like a meh movie, but you know, after the original concept and once the movie really gets going, super entertaining, super funny.
It looked really good. It looked damn good. I just think it sticks out so in Mexico at the time, and it didn't release in Mexico. So
it was very out there, and at times it's like
I believe it.
It just gets ridiculous, but it's fun ridiculous.
Yeah.
The cast all really meshes well together. My one gripe with the movie is that the entire cast really doesn't get a chance to shine. It's more of a Jason Bateman and Rachel, help me.
Rachel McAdams?
Yes, Rachel McAdams movie. More than it is an ensemble film.
Yeah.
Which is weird because that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but no, a lot of movies struggle with that. A lot of movies, like, they try to make an ensemble film and then they end up just doing their own thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. It was surprisingly entertaining. I enjoyed myself. My girlfriend hates comedies, and she even liked it. So if you can get someone who hates comedies to like your movie, you're probably onto something.
Yeah.
So
what would you rate this one?
I don't have much as. What did I give Tag? 6.5?
Yeah.
6.75 for Game Night.
God damn it.
It was slightly better.
Number 3 is actually one you already talked about, and that's Incredibles 2. So I'm not gonna have to say much more about this one.
So I guess you liked it more than I did.
I really like this movie. I was kind of bummed about this this part, but almost all the Jack scenes are in the trailer. And
yeah,
I was kind of bummed about that, except for the scene with the raccoon. That was the only one that wasn't in the trailer. But the rest of them, the rest of the scenes of Jack were in the trailer. You saw the trailer, you saw at least half the movie. In terms of Jack and in terms of the kids. Mr. Incredible's dad moments were the best thing ever. I'd love that.
Yeah. I think Mr. Incredible was low-key the MVP of that movie.
Oh, he really was.
Just because he wasn't the thing that moms in that time period and in general do now. So why am I giving him so many accolades? Because, fuck you, this is my list. I can do what I want.
Yep.
So you could rate Incredibles 2 this time. I did mine. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give it a 7. Solid 7.
That's
it was good. It was a little bit predictable, but it was still entertaining as hell.
That's fair.
Anyways, number 2. What do you got?
2. My number 2 is I'm not gonna make up anything funny. It's fucking Infinity War.
Yeah, that's the same as mine actually. We got the same number 2, guys.
So you want to just talk about them together?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, okay, let's just go with this. What was your favorite part of Infinity War?
The ending.
You're such a dick.
Hear me out. I'll be super serious.
Oh fuck, I died. How am I not dead?
In what movie in what Marvel movie does the characters ever lose?
This is very true. This is very true.
None.
Like this
So
is
it was
100%
super
a
cool.
villain movie, and this is the first villain movie Marvel's ever done, and it worked. It was amazing.
Yeah, so it was super cool to see the villain actually succeed with his plan. That's pretty fucking fun. And it's not like, you know, I'm never gonna see any of the guys that got turned into dandruff come back. They all have contracts. It's still a Marvel movie, so you know they'll be back.
And they already have on schedule fucking Far From Home Spider-Man
Far From Home.
and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm just like, okay, so that's basically a spoiler for Infinity or
They're
Avengers
all
4.
going to come back.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, they're all going to come back. Like Infinity War to me was just the standout. You're bad. Was the standout move, like Marvel movie that's ever been released. It's different. It was compelling because it wasn't an Avengers movie. It's a Thanos movie.
Exactly. It was 100%
potatoes.
a Thanos
However the fuck you want to say his name. It's a Thanos movie. Number 2, Infinity War. My scaling's about to jump pretty high here. I'm giving Infinity War a 9.
Oh, easily. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
So
easily a 9.
Easily a 9. I'm gonna throw a curveball since you jumped on my entry. You can reveal your best movie of the year first.
All right. My best movie of 2018 so far is absolutely, without a doubt, Christopher Robin. Not even ashamed of that.
Christopher Robin.
You saw it with me. We saw it together. It was
like we had other people there, so it wasn't just 2 grown men and a kids movie.
No. Christopher Robin was absolutely amazing. It was like, this is what I said about like my other nostalgia movie, because this was literally pure childhood, like reliving childhood. But it was more than that, because while Ready Player One basically just relied on their nostalgia factor to make their movie good, Christopher Robin did that, but they added like a whole new level to it. Yeah. Like it didn't feel like it was just another, like they're just doing it to be, you know, nostalgic, you know? Like they could have just been like, hey, remember this from your childhood? Yeah, relive this for the next 2 hours. Nah. They could have done that and it would have been okay. But they did it in a way that was just so good, and it was legitimately a good movie. Like they showed how, oh fuck, I almost fell again. Fucking gonna fall. They literally showed how like Christopher Robin grew up, he forgot about his childhood like all adults do, but then his childhood basically comes back and makes him forces him to remember, hey, don't forget to be a kid once in a while. Just goof around. You know? I mean, this movie was literally my senior quote from a high school, and that was a quote from Scrubs, but it was
I like Scrubs.
It was a quote from JD, and it was, the child inside of all of us keeps us from going crazy. That is the quote I live by, like, all the time. That is my, like, motto.
I get it.
That was this movie. That was 100% this movie.
I like Christopher Robin. I didn't think it was. I thought it was cute. It was cute.
I don't know. This movie really hit home for me.
My biggest gripe with the movie was all the weird textures on the actual animals themselves.
Yeah, there's some that
they
looked
were all
realistic.
fucking looking.
Yeah, there's some that looked realistic.
Disgusting.
Well, no, like some of them looked like actual animals, and then other ones looked like stuffed animals. Like Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore all looked like stuffed animals, and Roo. But Owl, Rabbit, and I forget the other one. But they all looked like actual animals. So I was like, wait, hold up. What? Oh, what the hell are you?
Can you explain to me why Tigger looked like he was 85 million fucking years old?
Well, because technically he is. I mean,
Yeah, but Nigger looked fucking terrible.
yeah, he did look very, very old. He even sounded old, but then again, they did bring back the original voice actors for them. Dude who voiced him is hella old. He's like in his 60s now. Oh my god.
They're not all original.
Not all.
Because
Of
if you're
them.
telling me at some point Brad Garrett was fucking Eeyore, I'm gonna call you a liar.
No, not all of them. But Pooh was original, Tigger was original, Piglet, and I think that's it. Maybe Roo. I forget. Roo didn't even have that many lines in the movie. They
No, he didn't.
heavily focus on the OG character.
Why do you rate that movie?
Easily a 9. And not 9.5 for me.
That's fair.
I thought it was near
So-
perfect.
Yep. My number 1 is Black Panther.
See, I like Black Panther, but there's a reason I didn't put it on. It's in my honorables.
It's because you're white. Black Panther was the most culturally relevant movie that
Oh, it
came out in
was.
probably
Oh,
the last
100%
5
was.
years. But it wasn't just culturally relevant, it was a good movie,
Oh, it
which
was.
is the most important part. It wasn't, you know, just another show to get money or something to make people think, oh, we care about black people. No, this was a black movie
Yeah, no,
for
it
black
100%
people.
was, and I enjoyed it. It was a great movie. Now, the only thing
And
I had
then-
against it was when people started saying, "Oh, it's the best Marvel movie." I'm like, nah, it fucking was not the best.
No,
Marvel movie.
I'm not going to sit here and say it was the best Marvel movie. I think that it was the best movie of this year for the simple fact that it meant so much to so many people.
Oh, it did.
It meant so much to people that don't watch comic book movies. Mm-hmm. So to me, that makes it super important. Personally, I did like Infinity War more, but when you're telling me to rate the best movies of this year,
Yeah, in terms of
It's not
movies
just-
and not
I
like
think-
Marvel movies.
yeah, I think that's just the fact that it was so relevant and good, and
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It was.
you know, there's no negative
fantastic.
about the movie.
There really wasn't. I mean, they could have done like if you're going to say a negative, like my only negative was, well, I mean, it was basically Lion King, if you think about
I mean, slightly, but it wasn't because, you know, Killmonger wasn't Scar. I know why so many people compare it to other African movies, but it's for a dumb reason that everyone should understand. The movie takes place in Africa. I give that movie a 9.5. Again, personally, I think Infinity War is better, but there's no way that you create such a cultural milestone
Yeah.
and it can't be the best movie of the year so far.
it. Anyways, guys, let us know what your top 5 movies were of 2018 so far.
Yeah, guys, let us know what movies you liked or you hated, because we'll probably end up doing that at some point. I don't have a list for that, but I'll sure as shit make one. Guys, please like us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Please caress the like button.
Or if you're new to the channel and you want to see more of us going over our top 10 movies of the year so far, talking about news stuff, about movies, video games, and TV, please hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified when we go live.
Shout out Mike Campbell. Let me know what movies you've liked this year. Also, leave a comment. We need traction, ho. Also shout out, because I do want to do this because I'm trying to help us build and help anybody else that wants to be creative and get in some sort of, you know, media industry out there. Shout out to Mike Boyd and the Real Friends podcast. I've listened to you guys' shit. That's fire. So shout out to those guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Maybe one day when I come home, I can get on an episode. We can do a crossover. We can talk about nerd shit and rap and other shit. So shout out to the Real Friends podcast.
Chris KJ, thanks so much for coming on early as hell this morning.
You're lucky I woke up.
Yeah, thanks for that. I was in trouble. Anyways, guys, stay excellent, and we will see you in the next dive-in.
Bye.
Bye, guys.